Imagine being married for years, smiling in family photos, and posting couple goals on Instagram or your social media account, only to find out that your heart belongs to someone else. And this is basically the reality of lavender marriage. Someone you can show to the world or someone you can be proud of in public. Muyi Magana, Chekasoro, Kayiko, Cool, and you all are welcome to Let's Talk. Hi guys, you're welcome to the Let's Talk show, and my name is Blessing.
And this is Lillian.
So basically, we are diving into the topic called lavender marriage, which is actually very controversial and very, very relatable to today's world. And I know many people might be wondering what a lavender marriage is. It just simply means a marriage that has both couples, either they are gay or one is actually gay, but they're actually in sync with whatever they are doing in the marriage. And also, just to hide or conceal their identity or for cultural, political, or other related issues. And before we proceed into this topic, let's talk about what happened within the week.
So the first segment for today, being the apropos series, is Phyna's sister Ruth. She had an accident. She was hit by one of the dangote huge, is it trailer?
Yeah, trailer.
Yeah, is it their truck or their trailer? And then
their truck, sorry.
Is it their
right?
truck? And then she came out to cry, to lament to Nigerians. The tragedy of it is that she was the amputation, because they had to take her to the hospital and there was need for an amputation, as at the last time that she came out to talk about it. And the amputation was from her pelvic region. What it means is that from her waist, from the joint of her waist down to the sole of her feet is out. And the doctors are even saying they might remove the second one. Her brain was affected. One of her left hand, her right hand was affected. I posted it on my WhatsApp status and I was getting comments of people saying, is it today that people started dying? Is it today that people started dying? I know, like, growing up in Onitsha, I've experienced one that happened at St. Charles Borromeo. Then people, like, it was crushing people and nothing happened afterwards. People were saying it is the distributors, that it is not the company himself. But provided there is a link to your brand, there has to be a protection. So what you're supposed to do as the CEO of the Dangote group is to put the distributors in a position where they have to meet a certain criteria before they become the distributors. You know, that's how, and that's what it's supposed to be. And I hate the fact that Nigerians, whenever it's time to criticize or to call these rich men to, or these wealthy men to order, you see some Nigerians are slicking. You see them saying, because it's, I don't even know why we love our chains too much. That particular situation was so sad for me. First of all, they were trying to sweep it under the carpet because they said it's a celebrity. That is why it's trending. It can happen to anybody. It's been happening to people. Your sister is not special. She's not new. Some people died. Blah 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 blah.
You see, accident happens, and I feel like this Dangote issue is not today. It has been happening over the years, and thank God, because Phyna is known and she came out to speak about it. I don't know if you actually saw the driver.
They said the driver is underage.
Underage?
I didn't see it, but that was what I
feel like, yeah, he is underage, and also
he doesn't have driver's license, because of course you cannot have a driver's license if you're underage. That one is also a crime. So telling us to go and hold the distributors that are under Dangote and leave Dangote is a very, very wicked, a very, very callous thing to say, because nobody knows the distributors. Okay, why not just change the name of your cement to the name of any distributor that comes to carry it? Because whenever you see it, it is Dangote cement, it's Dangote this, Dangote this. And another thing is, I also saw a picture that she debunked, that two men came and said Phyna's father be Phyna's brother, Ruth's brother be Ruth's husband and stuff. And then it was alleged that the guy in question was Ruth's boyfriend and not the husband. How dare you? Like, if it is true, then I don't want to curse somebody. But then, why will you even come and stand in for somebody that you are doing a relationship with and come out to claim that she is your wife, because you feel like whatever incentives that will come, whatever compensation that will come from the damage will go to you? I don't even understand the country that we live in.
And then you see this thing called, because and I know person with the work for Dangote, if I feel unreasonable, if you give me the job, connection thing, irrespective of the fact that you're trying to help your brother or you're trying to help your siblings or your relations get a job, can you at least make sure that they are qualified? Can you at least make sure that they have the right license? Can you at least make sure that they are capable? Because it's not just about doing things out of sentiment or doing things because, oh, we are related. I feel like the Dangote group, Dangote generally, the people working under Dangote should do better when it comes to things like this.
It's not just about Phyna. Anybody. Okay, let me even say this Phyna's issue now is an eye opener. So that anybody it happens now can now relate, can now come out and speak. It's been happening since, but because these people do not have voices. There was one that very dark man posted. She's from Ogun State. She had to report and they came out, they did a bragadabra, posted on newspaper that she has been settled, only for them to vanish, and she's still living that way. You can go to his page and go and check for the girl's page. She's now a vegetable. She can't do anything with her life. You know, but that aside, the second apropos series is that Jemai came out to say that that a single mother cannot raise a man. That single mother cannot raise a male child to become a proper man. And then people were saying, I do not blame him. The person that I blame is the coward that left the life of his child and left the responsibility of raising his boy child for a woman, only to come out and start throwing tantrums. Because why did you people know that a male figure is needed in the life of a boy child, but you will give woman belly and start making excuses, or you are not, it's either you are not around or you leave her for someone else. I don't have a problem with whatever problem you have with your woman, but I think the children should be out of it. Some people used to say the mother does not let the mother does not let, it is the mother that is stopping the children from having access. How do they even say that thing? That is the mother that is stopping the man from having access to the children. If you really, really, really want to do something, you have to push for it. Why is it that when you want to pursue contracts, I know they say, I got there, the gate man said they don't know me, I had to go back. You have to keep trying, right? And then as much as I think what he said was a bit insensitive, I also see a little truth in it. Because I've seen people, personally, my mom is widowed, right? And I have a foster father. There are things that if I want to talk to my mom about, I wouldn't know how she would understand it. But I know that if I speak to this male figure, he would. Anytime I travel to the East, I am always around him. I am not a man, but even as a lady, as a girl, I also need a father figure. Having a father figure can be a grandfather, it can be a neighbor, a respected elderly man, it can be your uncles if you rate them, it could be anybody. But trying to force marriage on the woman, some people will say, hey, go and marry. No, say you this pikin where you get suppose get papa. No, you shouldn't get married because you pikin where you get suppose get papa. The fact that he needs a father figure is not entirely false, but there are so many father figures around you. It doesn't have to be a lover. You don't have to get married to somebody because you need a father figure for your children. And I think that was where he was gearing towards, that made people misunderstand him. But you still do need the child. In fact, not even one person they train pikin now. Community now they train pikin. When I was in primary 1, I used to have a teacher, Antingozi Chidume. She was the person that taught me that whenever I'm walking on the road with somebody that I feel I am a bit stronger than, the person should be walking by the gutter side while I walk on the roadside where the vehicle is passing, because I should be protecting the person. I didn't know about it. My mother did not tell me. It's not because she wouldn't tell me later, but that event was when I needed to know about it, and that was how I learned it. So anybody can teach you, your teacher, your aunties, anybody can teach a child. But talking about male figure as a way of trying to spite the lady that gave birth to the child, may we kuku carry the pikin go give him papa. I hope you people will also not complain, because even a single father that has a child, a single father that has a daughter or even a son, I used to see people saying these children need maternal care. You can take the children to your mother, you can take the children to your sisters, you can even have female neighbors around. You don't necessarily have to just jump into marriage because you want your children to have a mother figure or a father figure. People should stop pressuring people. Being a single mother, being a single father is not a flaw. It's just part of life. I think we'll talk about this as a topic maybe on our next podcast, but part of it.
So, you saying Jemai said that because I was trying to say something, I think I'll doubt that, because his points were clear. He stated it, and I was like, I would not even reason that, he was trying to make this particular point. No, he stated it clear. Now, I have seen single mothers, I've seen single fathers raise beautiful children, respectful children, respectful boys, respectful girls. Now, the question is, I don't think it should be stereotyped to just mothers, to just women, to just single women. The question is, how exactly do you raise your child? And don't get me wrong, you may actually raise your child in a very homely, respectful way, and then the environment in which the child goes to afterwards, you know, may actually turn him into something you would not even expect. So I'm not even saying that maybe some parents are not doing a bad job or they're doing a good job. No. My question is, how do you raise these kids irrespective of gender, irrespective of being a mother or being a father?
Exactly. Even some people who were raised in double households are not even doing better like that. I used to see boys misbehaving, girls misbehaving, and they have a father, they have a mother figure. So it still boils down on environment, boils down on even grace too, sometimes luck.
But in all we are going to be saying is this: either you're a single mom or you're a single dad, or you're a single man, or you're a single woman, and you have kids, just try as much as possible to raise them in the right way that you can. Then you should know that even if these children depict some certain characters that you yourself know that you did not teach them, then you just have to understand that it's not your fault, apparently.
Exactly. Faulting parents
So
for
no need of faulting single mothers, yeah?
for the wrong thing that their children do
No
is
need to
even
fault single mothers at all, and no need to fault single fathers. The single mothers out there, the single fathers out there, you all are doing an amazing job and keep doing better.
So back to our topic, we were talking about lavender marriages. So the reason why we brought up this topic today is because we live in a very homophobic society where people hate to see gay men come in. They hate to see queer people come in, and in within you, even inside your family, you might have one, but they can't come out because of how much they are hated. Imagine, imagine raising a man and he's a bank manager, doing well in church. He might be a leader in church. He might be doing well academically, doing well career wise, doing everything right. But the only thing that is missing is his sexuality. I am one of those people who are not homophobic in Nigeria, and I accept that being queer in Nigeria is illegal. But at the same time, it is not unnatural to be queer. It is not artificial. It is a natural thing. So no matter how much you make it illegal, it is still inevitable. So there has to be a remedy to it. And that remedy is not getting married. If you are a gay guy, a closeted gay, if you get married to a woman, you'll be punishing her. And if you're a lady and you're not very in tune with you're not sure if you are straight, getting married to a guy is also not the best bet for you, because you end up frustrating an innocent person who doesn't know your real sexuality. And it gets worse when you actually have an LOML who is same sex as you. That is why we brought up. And lavender marriage has always been in existence. It was invented old American days when when being queer was illegal in America. So people had to use it to help each other. A lady who is bisexual or a lady who is a lesbian gets married to a gay guy because he wants to protect his reputation, so his family would not be disappointed at him, so his church members will not rusticate him from church, so they will not sack him from his job, so they don't dent his image, because everything that he owns can be watered down because of his sexuality. And I think there is a downside to it, and that is what we're here to talk about today. Babe, what do you have to say?
So let's talk about some of the reasons why people venture into lavender marriage. Yeah. So for me, I think one of the major reason is just, social pressure. Trying to conform to the norms and religious and cultural beliefs of the society. And another thing I would say is probably for private reasons. Not everybody wants to get married, yeah. But just to avoid the whole gossip thinking in the society, oh, you shall never marry and all that, they just want to, you know what? Let me just get in this thing, make person just shut up, like make the whole gossip and all the scrutiny to just shut up. Yeah, do you have other ideas of why you think people go into lavender marriages?
Yes, I think one of reason I think the reasons why people also go into lavender marriages is so that they do not they would be they can comfortably be in a closet where they can do their sexual thing without being suspected. So if you're a gay person and you are married to a woman, even if the matter casts, people will be like, now what and if your wife comes out to say no, this is not what my husband does, people will automatically believe. Nobody's going to fault you because see the evidence. Especially when you have children, you can be in a lavender marriage and have children. The fact that you are in a lavender marriage does not mean you cannot impregnate your wife and have children with him. just that she is not your ideal choice of sexual partner. So you guys just manage find a way around it. It's just an agreement thing. And then another reason, another good thing I would say is that it gives the two of you a level of, you people will be on the same, you people will be on the same chapter. Nobody is deceiving anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So now the lady will not come out and say, I never knew I married a gay man all along. My God, what happened to me? And the man will not be like, my wife, I don't know, say, God, why? So I know, I am very much aware. You cannot use time. You know, go fit. So when you are aware of something, you will know
Mm-hmm.
how to cover that thing, how to conceal it, how to package it
Mm-hmm.
in a way that it's favorable to the both of you. And
That's
everybody
true.
is happy.
So another thing I think might be probably the reason is for career purpose. There's some industries you get into when people find out that you're openly gay, it will harm your reputation.
That's the
Yeah.
societal thing. You talk about political, societal. You know why people see gays as just people who are effeminate? A masculine guy who legit goes to the gym, who can
If
actually
you be
not
saying
be
they
straight.
collect back
Hair.
shots. If you be
You
saying they
get,
collect back shots.
yeah, you get what I'm saying. So the guy is good looking. He might even be a gospel artist, and people are wow, wow, wow. This guy is so good. They feel like he's a nice big thing. He's doing very well. Immediately they hear that, what, this one na gay, like Nigerians say. His spotlight will just off. Piam.
Pium.
So he needs lavender marriage. He needs it. And if he doesn't venture into lavender marriage, his wife might be his downfall.
Mm-hmm. Another thing also may be family pressure.
Eh,
That one safe. That one safe will be one of the major
Sometimes your family already knows what you do.
coco
They know
reason.
that you are gay. They know. They know. They
Now then, if
know.
you even tell you say make you even find wife attach yourself, you never see that
Yes.
situation
Yes. Because
to
maybe
cover
your
them their
father
shame.
belongs to one church group like that. He doesn't want, because the shame, when your spotlight goes, or when you get shamed for being gay, it doesn't just affect you. It
I
affects your
said the
brother,
entire
your
family.
sister, even your friends, anybody that is associated with you. They say, hey, this one, be like say they form this one. Any guy that is your friend is assumed to be your partner. So your male friends will also be avoiding you. You'll be like, God, I don't even want to imagine it for people that are in the closet.
See, they might even be imagining you that way not because they are scared of you being gay. They might really be scared of, oh, you might just try to pass advances at them one time, or you know how men they think, or
Yes,
if
yes.
you they sleep,
Or
if you can't go drug, they can't go they, that
or
kind of thing.
innocently, you're just be like, guy, come around. Maybe you have issues. Come around. They go to say you
You
want,
exactly. They
this
go say
one,
one day.
you know. But one thing I know is that if you are very, very, very homophobic, you have very high tendencies. I think it's. I don't want to talk. Let me not go there.
So if you have other reasons why you think people go into lavender marriages, let us
Drop it
know
in the
in the
comment
comment
section.
section. And I'll be asking some few questions though. Now, do you think lavender marriage is quite deceitful, or do you think it's just for survival mode?
I think it's for survival. But then the deceit in it is not a bad deceit. The only person who deserves to not be deceived is your partner.
Mm.
Every other person can fuck off because they can't handle the truth if they get to know the truth. So why not give them what they want? People, you know what people want, just give it to them. If you tell them the truth, they will condemn you either way. So I don't see the deceit there. My own is share, don't deceive the other person. Let them know what they are getting into. It's also a survival mode. And then it's possible that you will marry a woman you're not sexually attracted to, but you guys are G's. You guys are cool.
Now, paddy
You
paddy,
guys
my
are
guy, my
paddies.
G, waiting they saw.
Yeah, man and woman, they fit, be friends, be married they don't need to be doing tiko tiko, right? So when you want to do your tiko tiko, you will be moving, and there should be balance. The woman, if she's straight,
Mm-hmm.
there should be a partner for her too. So if you're, my own is don't go and be, you have somebody that you are strapping,
Mm-hmm.
and now your straight wife is just left there. So there should be a rule of, okay, babe, you also go out, but it has to be one partner, or we have to know who this person is. And some gay men also have children, so they will tell you, I don't want you to have a child outside of wedlock. I want the child to be my DNA. So whenever I want to have children, it is planned. Anything you are doing with this guy, make sure you know Caribbean enter this house. His child must not be our child. Our child must be ours. So we have a way of, if If he's very strict with not going to women, he can do an IVF. If he can manage to maneuver, you guys can find a window around it. My own is nobody should deceive anybody. Nobody should carry anybody's baby and give it to the wrong person.
So for me, I would say it's both ways. It's both for survival and for deceit. Yeah, deceit in the sense that it's a normal thing. Everybody gets to know who you're with, who you're spending a lifetime with. Yeah, but it's literally like you're deceiving your family, you're deceiving your friends, you're deceiving everybody. You're telling lies not to the people you know, but to your own self because you can't live in your reality. But I don't blame such people because it's actually not their fault. If the society can, accept them just the way they are, make them live their life the exact way they want to live their life without them feeling guilty or feeling, excluded, then I think it's going to be a happy place for them.
Okay, so we have a dilemma here. Moving to the third segment. Think I read them as a TikToker. Okay, dear podcast hosts,
Mm.
my wife and I entered into a lavender marriage 7 years ago. We both knew from the start she's attracted to women and I'm attracted to men.
Mm.
We got married mainly to satisfy our parents and protect our careers. On paper, we looked like the perfect couple. Holiday pictures, family gatherings, even business connections. Honestly, it has worked smoothly for years. The deal was simple. We support each other in public, live respectfully as partners at home. We are free to quietly pursue who we really love outside. She even has a long term girlfriend, and I have a partner too. The problem now is I've started to want something more children. I feel like I want a family, not just partnership of convenience. But my wife doesn't want that at all. She feels it would complicate everything and blow our cover. We promised each other that this arrangement would keep us both safe. But now I feel stuck between the image you've built and the life I secretly want. The question is, do I sacrifice my dreams of having children to maintain the stability of this lavender marriage? Or do I risk everything we've built by breaking the arrangements?
Please, how many years ago have they been over there? How long have they been together?
7 years.
Okay, good. So that is what I think now. The decision you made regarding your relationship, your life 7 years ago would actually be a different decision you will make afterwards. Why? Because people grow, people evolve, people change, their mentality change, and feelings change. But before then, did you at any point have a conversation with your partner regarding kids? Regarding wanting to have kids or not wanting to have kids? I totally understand that at some points the emotions and the feelings grew towards wanting children. But I felt like it was a conversation you should have had within that 7 years. Because if you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody or you're married with somebody for 7 years and in your head you probably think you guys will not have children or the person will probably not want kids, I feel like it was something that would have actually been discussed before venturing into the marriage to understand your partner's mind. And number two, could it be that your partner is scared of actually getting pregnant due to, changing of? I think you guys should have this conversation on why she doesn't want to have kids. Is she scared of the idea of having kids or scared of the fact that when she gets pregnant, her body changes and all that? If it's the fact that she's scared of her body changing after having kids, could you talk about optioning of a surrogacy and some other things?
It's actually natural for people to grow and unwant what they wanted. It's a natural thing to you been want something, you know, can't want them again. Maybe when you were younger, let's say 7 years ago, you were 33 years old and you didn't want children, you didn't know you needed one. And then when now you are 40, you need the community, you want children, you started craving it. It's not a bad thing. But then the conversation that you should also, the fact that you can change, it doesn't mean that the other person is
Also
subject to also changing. So you should understand that you don't have to bend, we don't have to make her bend her rules because that was the initial agreement. And if it's going to cost you guys your marriage this time around, you have to choose between the life that you're living and the marriage, depending on how much she's willing to adjust. Like she said, you can opt for a surrogacy. And then again is maybe the reason why she even married you is because she had always had it in mind
Not to have
to never
kids.
to never have children. Now she has seen somebody who agrees with her. All of a sudden, the person no longer agrees. Some people might even leave the marriage because of the fact that you've changed. So it's a very, very, very tough decision. But you people have to probably find a surrogacy, or if you feel she's your partner, I feel like people know the weak points of their partners. They know how to get to convince them to change their minds on certain things. If there is something about her that you know that you can do to make her change her mind and make her start seeing reasons with you, it depends on her level of queerness too. Queer people barely want to have children, you know. So that's again the downside. Everything that has advantage has disadvantage. So now you've lived the life, you've given the people the impression that I am not gay the way you people are thinking that I'm gay. See, I have a wife and my wife is not complaining and your family is happy, your church members are happy, you're doing well with your career, nobody is tagging you, is giving you a bad tag. Now it is time for you to pay the price. I also have seen in movies where the the wife starts to threaten, especially when you are married to a street woman. Eventually, you find out that she was not in that lavender marriage because she wanted to be. She was in that lavender marriage because she wants to probe you at some point. She wanted to gather evidence to prove that you are, especially when she's in a country where it's not accepted. Even when it is accepted, she still wants to embarrass you to show people that you are living a lie. So now they marry you, probably because you have wealth, marry you, agree to the whole process of this is how we are going to do things, and over time they switch up on you because all the while they just be won't use you. So that's why having an agreement is good. Having a written agreement of this is spell it out. This is how we're going. Anybody, this confidentiality will have to be kept confidential. But another thing where they fear now, it says it's illegal in Nigeria. Keeping it confidential is also a crime because something that is a crime. If you meet a lawyer and tell him, right, this is what I do, and I want to have a partner that do the same thing. I want it confidential, and I want her to sign on my behalf. Will it not also be a crime that the person is the lawyer is the lawyer not going to be an accomplice or something? I don't know about it, but if it's possible for you to have a spouse that you people have a laid down rule. So if there's any time for you, if there is need for you people to bend the rule, we're gonna say nah, now it is now an agreement between the two of you. You can even go back and go and change the rules again. So in those cases, let's say it is written there, we are not going to have children. There will be no children in this relationship. Just know that whenever you decide to change your mind, it's a breach of contract, and you're an adult. You have to live with the consequences of whatever it is that you've agreed with. But the only solution that I see here is surrogacy.
And also, still have a very, very deep mind to mind conversation with this person. This is a person you've been married to for 7 years, yeah? Like she said earlier, if it is someone that you know her press button on how to convince her well enough, please go ahead. And if she agrees to do it, perfect. But if she doesn't agree, and deep down in your mind and your heart, you definitely want kids. Like you want
And your
kids.
need for kids supersedes your need for a
Exactly.
companion.
So to
You
save the
can
whole,
dissolve the marriage if you need kids more than you need her. You dissolve the marriage. At least you've proven the point. Okay, if someone comes out tomorrow to say you are gay, it's on record that you were once married. So how can somebody who have married before? So your cover cannot be blown like that. Like, but you just have to be more careful so that you don't cast. So you will not cast in the process of wanting babies. That's my own.
let me know in the comment section what you
What
think.
you think? Yeah.
And if you think there are other answers that would be beneficial to the person who sent the dilemma, please drop it in the comment
Yeah,
section.
it's not something we know very much about. So if you know very much about it, you can also add your opinion to the comment section.
Okay, thank you so much for watching. And remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to comment, remember to share to your friends and to your family to always watch the talk show. And you won't be disappointed because we are going to be bringing in the vibe, the energy, the fun, the conversations, the controversy. Like it's gonna be giving you hot, 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 and always allow you to stay glued to your screen. Don't forget to also follow us on our social media handle on TikTok, underscore the talk show underscore on Instagram, on Facebook, and everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. And yes, we'll see you next week.